Governor Sanwo-Olu sues Efcc over alleged threat of post-tenure arrest. Can you imagine? So Efcc has stylishly issued a threat that after Sanwo-Olu's tenure, he will be arrested and probed. Are you sure this is not a calculated propaganda? Because who is Efcc chairman to arrest Sanwo-Olu that has not left office? Meanwhile, Yaya Bello that has left office already cannot be arrested. What kind of distraction are these people creating here? Yeah? How will Efcc chairman that is Tinubu boy and Sanwo-Olu's boy go and arrest Sanwo-Olu after office? This is APC propaganda in Lagos State. They're just creating distraction. That is what I think. But again, let me dive into the details to see what Sanwo-Olu's concerns are. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has filed a lawsuit against the Economic Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), alleging threats of arrest, detention, and prosecution once his tenure as the governor concludes. So the suit, a fundamental right enforcement action, was submitted to Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court in Abuja by Sanwo-Olu's lawyer, Darlington Uzurumba. So what are we saying here? He didn't even file the case in Lagos, or he filed it in Abuja. Meanwhile, he's in Lagos. What are these people trying to say? Or is there a reki that he will be arrested, or because of the way he has stolen, he knows that he will go after him? So he wants to preempt the judiciary and the public by making sure he secures justice before he leaves office. These guys are criminals. So what he's doing now is to secure justice early enough before he leaves office. So during a court session on Tuesday, Uzurumba announced the withdrawal of an initial originated summons stating that it had been replaced with a revised filing. So he confirmed that the EFCC had been served with the new court document, although EFCC counsel Hadiza Afegboa indicated she had not yet received them and the proof of service was not available in the court file. So Justice Abdul Malik adjourned the case until November 11 for further mention. So the original summons filed on June 6 and marked Federal High Court ABJ CS 773-2024 contained 7 questions and 11 reliefs sought by Governor Sanwo-Olu, reflecting his concerns over potential actions by the anti-graft agency upon completing his tenure in office. So he wants to secure justice before he leaves office, so that by the time he leaves office, he can live peacefully. Can you see a very, very, very calculated move? Sanwo-Olu sought a declaration that under and by virtue of the provisions of the Section 37 of the 1999 Constitution, the plaintiff, as a citizen of Nigeria, is entitled to the right to private and family life as a minimum guarantee encapsulated under the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria, 1999, before, during, and after for occupation of a public office created by the Constitution. So he wants the court to declare that under and by virtue of the provisions of the Section 43 and 44 subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution, he is entitled to acquire, own, operate, and manage both movable and immovable properties. So he said, includes bank accounts as a minimum guarantee encapsulated under the Constitution, either before, during, or after leaving the public office of governor of a state. So he also wants the court to declare that upon community reading of the provisions of the Section 35 subsection 1 and 4 and Section 41 subsection 1 of the Constitution, the threat of his investigation, arrest, and detention by the EFCC during his tenure of office as a governor is illegal. So he also said that the plan to arrest him was unconstitutional and a flagrant violation of his fundamental right to personal liberty and freedom of movement as guaranteed under Section 35, Section 1, Section 4, Section 1 and 4, and 41 of the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. So the governor prayed the court to declare that the incessant harassment, threat of arrest, and detention against him upon the EFCC's instigation by his political adversaries based on false and politically motivated allegations of corruption is a misuse of executive powers and abuse of public office. Can you imagine? This guy know what he do. He just want to find ways to secure himself before he leaves office. That is why this is happening. So he further wants the court to declare it as an unwarranted interference with his fundamental rights to personal liberty, freedom of movement, fair hearing, and equal protection of the law as guaranteed by the Constitution and the African Charter on the Human and People's Rights, CAP. So Sanwo-Olu therefore sought an order restraining the EFCC from harassing, intimidating, arresting, detaining, interrogating, or prosecuting him in connection with his tenure as a governor of Lagos State. The same thing that happened after, I think that was Tinubu's time, when Atiku, vice president, then was dragging him up and down. These people know how to secure themselves before they leave office. God will help us, so I'm telling you. So he also prayed the court to make an order prohibiting and restraining the commission from seizing the properties, the international passport and travel document of the plaintiff, or freezing the bank accounts of the plaintiff, his family members, or in any other way to further breach the plaintiff's fundamental right guaranteed under the Constitution. So he urged the court to make an order restraining the EFCC from inviting, arresting, or detaining him in connection with his tenure as governor of the state, of breaching his fundamental rights to personal liberty, fair hearing, private and family life, freedom of movement, acquisition of movable and immovable properties as enshrined in the laws. This guy know what he do. He just wants to secure himself back before he leaves office. What kind of people be this? These are masters in crime. I'm telling you, they know how to secure themselves. So in the affidavit in support of the originating summons deposed by Martha Kano, a litigation secretary in the law firm, the lawyer said she was informed the facts by the governor at teleconference meeting, which she believed to be true. So she alleged that as a way of getting at the governor, the EFCC was now making a surreptitious plan to arrest some of his aides and family members based on the false and spurious allegations of diversion of funds. So she said the officials of the commission were now mounting pressure on some of the aides of the governor to come and make incriminating statements against him. Can you imagine? Can you see what is happening in Lagos State? Sanwo-Olu wants to secure himself before he leaves office. So she alleged that the EFCC, through some of its officials, were desperately inventing false, spurious, and malicious allegations against the governor to use the same as a basis for investigating, arresting, and prosecuting him after leaving office as a governor. Can you imagine? These people, they know what they're doing. Oh? Let me see what somebody is going to say in the comment section quickly. I was say, can you see how some of our leaders reason? So you still have 2 years to the end of your tenure. You are positioning yourself for freedom from the prying eyes of EFCC. The wicked runs where no man pursueth. By this singular act, it means Sanwo-Olu has done things wrongly with the funds of Lagos State. Lagosians prepare to ask him questions. Okay, close to 20 years of the dualization of Lagos-Badagry Expressway, it is yet to be completed, and people are keeping quiet and not asking why. Despite the humongous amount that Buhari's administration pumped into the contract for its completion, I pray the court reject his plea. They will not be them. Them now, telling you. So one can now see that Sanwo-Olu has a big skeleton in his cupboard. I think there is anybody above the law, even the president. So, Mr. Sanwo-Olu, if you have done anything against the law of Lagos State, get ready for the worst. EFCC must surely arrest and prosecute you according to the law. Your Excellency, sir, I I'm sure your hands are clean. You have nothing to fear about. Or if your hands are clean, then you have nothing to fear about. Okay? EFCC cannot operate outside Nigerian constitution. So the thing here is that the guy is trying to secure justice before he leaves office to protect himself. Very bad. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment over what Sanwo-Olu is trying to do when he has about 2 years and 6 months to leave office.